I dip my finger and it's definitely gravy.
Gross. What a horrible way to start a podcast. Hi guys, welcome back to the Heal Podcast. We have been watching War Games last night. Link is currently live doing a subathon. Over in that top corner up there, if you look up there, is currently the hours that he's ticking down at the minute. You may even see some gift subs pop up during this podcast, but it's all live, it's on the flow. Let's get going. Last night we lost the predictions. Let's get that one out of the way because we're gonna have to do this whilst we're filming.
Yeah.
Wait.
No, don't wait.
I was going to say, if he is still alive, pop over and see
none
him.
of us lost the predictions. We all drew with the AI, which means we have to do it.
All right.
Let's not say we lost because we didn't.
No,
we're doing punishments.
We have lost the punishment. But we haven't lost the
all right.
Yet.
So all four of us only got one wrong, and then the AI only got one wrong as well. To be fair to them, but yeah. So for today's punishments, we're having to have a mug of coffee. Oh look, shout out AWC, dead.
Throwback.
I don't know what just happened.
But yes, then we got to do a heap spoon of gravy granules. Look, this one is such good gravy. It's gravy for meat.
For meat.
Mate.
For meat. And
I feel quite posh compared to you, Nick.
Yeah, for meat.
Look.
So everyone else has already set theirs up. I'm going to set mine up now, and then we're sort of going to just drink it as we go and sort of suffer. That heaps enough for you, boys?
Yeah.
The
more the better for you.
Yeah, true.
It takes away the coffee flavour.
That's gone in, and then right. Whilst I'm stirring this, sorry about the audio quality for whilst I'm stirring this. What did we think of War Games last night?
I enjoyed it until the end.
Yeah, Titch pitched. TikTok and YouTube didn't like you last night.
They didn't.
I don't care. I don't like the guy. I think he's
Wait,
prick.
hang on.
I think he's...
I've got a cup of tea here. No, that is cup of tea. That's fine. That's clear. I haven't ruined a perfectly good cup of tea.
I think it was my favourite pay-per-view I've seen in a long. No bad matches. What an ending!
For a start, was it better than Full Gear last week?
I think it was. I think we had match after match after match. No complaints. I can't think of one thing to moan about. We had pops. We had. Do you know what? I haven't seen a surprise like that in years. Nothing leaks. There was suspicion, but nothing's actually leaked since Hardy's.
Well,
Hardy's making their return.
I think
you're looking with rose-tinted glasses on the whole thing, to be honest with you.
Hopefully, I don't care if I am. I'm loving it, and I think it's going to be so good to. I want to see Raw and SmackDown. I haven't wanted to watch Raw and SmackDown in a long time.
Well,
before we start talking
we'll
about
be watching Raw live tomorrow, so
mine's mixed.
Yeah, can we go, please?
We can sort of start drinking as we go throughout the stream. We're drinking.
I kind of want to just down it to get it over with.
It's still too hot for me, but go for it, and I'll catch you up, I guess.
The milk and gravy does not work.
No, honestly, it looks like I put curdled milk in my coffee.
Yeah, I mean, I dipped my finger in mine earlier on, and it looked like I'd just pulled it out of my bum.
Fuck it, I'm gonna down as much.
You know when you get like the grease marks on top.
Oh yeah, I've noticed that.
Yeah.
Oh right. Anyway, so we start off with the first match of the night. Oh my god, this is just the face I'm pulling now for the rest of this podcast.
Titch is done.
That's it. You gag.
Aye.
Good job.
Well done.
You got most of it.
Speaking of gagging, if whilst we're at this point in the podcast, Link is currently having a suffer on stream. Every subscription, he's having to do a Bean Boozled, and there's all sorts of other punishments with it. Come and find him, twitch.tv/TheHeroRog. If you're watching this on the Sunday, there's a fair chance he's still going to be live. Yeah, come down. By the way, that drink is disgusting.
I would show you, but I'm not nasty.
What? No, you weren't going to do a sub.
After some of the stuff I've put in my mouth over the last 24 hours.
24 hours.
12 hours even. I'm not worried about coffee and gravy.
No, I mean I was going to show you how to do a Bean
Yeah, it's a live podcast, mate. Everyone knows that it can happen, so if you've got to do it on the podcast, you got it on the podcast. No swearing.
No swearing.
Unlucky.
Not swearing.
But we started with the women's War Games, not Raw Games, War Games.
Raw Games. Yeah, or the War Room matches we were called.
The War Room, earlier on. Classic War Room. I don't want to drink this, but right, okay. But
back in War Room.
Yeah, what do we think of that? Whilst I have a big old slurp of this.
It was good. For fuck's sake, stop sending me porn!
Pete, why did you just do that?
I didn't.
Yeah, I think Pete just pretended
didn't. No, I
that he was
didn't.
an
I didn't.
anonymous gifter.
I'm actually no, I didn't. But Dan, I messaged you something unwrestling related.
Mm-hmm.
No, I am.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, so the Link's now gonna have to have been boozled because he's just had the porn sent to him.
Mm-hmm. By the way, we really need to look at those alerts before you go anywhere.
Yeah.
Someone did the 5 earlier on. It played 5. Stop sending me pawns. Then 5. Here comes the money, and then the 5 alert.
That's really strange. That's not how it should be. So Link's gonna have to think. Right. Anyway, thank you very much to anonymous gifter.
I swear, by the way, that wasn't me.
Oh God. Wow.
Dan will tell you that wasn't me when he says I'm a bit preoccupied.
Where was he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
The Link. What is the thing? We will get on with the podcast at some point. It's all live. This is just us on the flow. I'm not editing it today. So just enjoy us on stream, essentially.
What one is it? Oh, is it
What's
the
in popcorn or
Oh.
in rotten egg?
rotten egg again? But mind you, you've had a few rotten eggs. You've only had one popcorn.
It's the stink bog one. I don't want to do stink bog one ever again.
I thought it
like
was
that.
the bath one you didn't like.
No, the stink bug one was just the worst.
Oh, that was really
I mean,
bad.
the bath ones aren't nice. These ones aren't nice, but the stink bug one was just next level.
Yeah.
I think that's the stink bug one is like the vomit one.
Well, no, I've done the vomit one. The vomit one's not that bad.
No, there's actually
The
one
stink
called
bug
vomit. There's actually a vomit one from I've heard say before, and they're really bad.
My doorbell's going. I don't need to answer it though.
But I want to
Right.
carry up and drink this drink.
Yeah. Let's
It's
minging.
not popcorn. It's not
Ah,
popcorn.
after all that. Right. My favourite moment, obviously, from the women's
God.
War Games match. Io Sky.
Yes.
She's a bit cray-cray, isn't she?
Yeah.
You say it was your favourite moment. It's so dumb.
It's my favourite moment. You
It
cannot
works.
question if it's my favourite moment or not.
I know what
That's not how that
Jakey's.
works.
I know what Jakey's favourite bit is because he's in chat saying morning.
Morning.
Yeah.
He loves her.
My favourite moment was the hug. The hug.
No.
The big hug.
Big hug between Becky
The
and
big
Charlotte.
hug. Yep.
Mine
The
isn't.
big hug. Although I do wish they'd have kissed.
I don't think mine was a moment.
You
as
got to
such.
stare at Rhea's ass, though, you know.
That wasn't even that match.
No.
That was
I know it was a different one. You're talking about like.
And I'll talk about that. I'll talk about that when we get to
Well, yeah,
it. But don't worry.
we're on the women's war match at the minute. Is the
Oh, the women's Raw match. Okay.
Do you know what I really,
what
really
does Titch
liked?
live on, by the way?
Not this one.
I really liked. It's hard
The
to
first
put a
time we've
moment.
realised that
Bailey.
Wales is in
I
Jupiter.
keep life interesting
Sorry.
for you.
Bailey's really. I was a bit worried because Bailey hasn't been wrestling that much, and she seems to have took a back seat. Her performance last night in that match
She did
was
amazing.
nuts. That's the Bailey I want to see back in. She destroyed that match. She run the whole thing. It was so good to see her back again.
Do you know
Yeah.
what? With performances like she gave yesterday, I could see her going for like an Iron Woman in a Royal Rumble. Because
Yeah, She needs
can
a title
do it.
shot again. I
Oh,
miss
she
Bailey
can
being
definitely do it.
champion.
Who are you going to put her up against? You going to put her up against
Io.
Rhea? Because I don't think she's going to.
Io, she's going to be
But
splitting.
this is it. No, this is it. It's set it up perfectly when you think about it, though, because she took the pin. They're going to be like, "You let us down. You've done it far too often." You know, Io's told her to stay at the back. She's not listening. She's constantly defying what they're asking her to do. She's doing what she wants. They're fed up. Right, that's it. You're on. You're out.
And Bailey reps black and yellow.
Black and yellow, black
she-
and yellow. But yeah,
Um,
I think we're all of the opinion that's the way it's going in Titch.
Yeah.
Link's struggling with that.
Yeah, it's not nice, is it, mate? It's really not.
It's
good.
way worse than I ever
It's not,
expected.
it's not a
Right,
good combo.
So go back to the punishment. A spoiler.
Why did we do that?
I- It's
When
really not a good
Tracy
combo.
said, when Tracy came up with the idea and Link suggested it to me, I was like, Yeah, sounds good. I could do that. That's no problem. I love gravy. Get coffee like a drink. I don't
Drinking
like it.
gravy is
milk
not
and-
nice.
It's
No,
the
with
milk
this,
and the coffee as
with
well.
this, it's vile.
Why did we do that?
It's a horrible combination.
It's like sweet
mean-
gravy with a slight taste of coffee. I
I feel like I put in way too much coffee, by the way, and that's even why I'm suffering even more now.
The milky gravy as well.
Boys, just think about it this way. You could have eaten
it's like
sardines.
a weird thick coffee.
What would you prefer, this or the sardines?
I didn't have
Sardines, to be
sardines,
honest,
I had mackerel.
sardines is actual food. So
I like
isn't really
mackerel.
food,
So
you know?
that
I,
was
I like
it's
mash and I
worrying.
like monster.
It was the monster mash that was worrying to me. I quite like mackerel. So
It would have been like your curry from Willie Bland.
I
oh
like-
god,
fun fact: I didn't mind the curry from Willet Brand. I know that.
I just don't
you're
like
not
curry.
right in the
No.
fucking head.
I didn't
Well,
mind it.
that's right.
It was the Cobra aftertaste. I just don't like Cobra.
Well, put it this way:
It was the cobra.
I'm
that's the
not
problem.
about to go
Cobra was
and
horrible.
eat something with coffee and gravy on afterwards. After this,
But you might have a curry in a bit.
but I finished the curry. I ate the rest of what I had left over from my curry and my
you
Cobra.
did carry on.
Oh, so did I. In fairness,
So-
I finished
so
it.
It can't,
Like, I
it
have to
can't
out
have
the
been that
fridge.
bad. It can't have been that bad.
But it was mixed together. The cobra mixed. Oh my god, that tastes foul.
It's vile.
The cobra mixed with
Tangent,
the beer was
sorry.
horrible.
Like, I am getting pretty
yeah, I'm a
pretty
good
close.
half.
Look
I'm
at
a good
that.
halfway
So
through.
I am gonna neck this and be done with it.
Why did I try and show off by getting some
'Cause
big
you're-
flipping massive mug?
Because you're a
I haven't
moron. Because
got
you
much
are a moron.
left.
Oh, well done, Stitch. Good effort. All right, ready?
Look at all the bits on the sides.
And breathe.
You done better.
Cheers.
You done better than you did with the dog food, Titch.
Oh,
Oh,
the
lovely.
gravy settled at the bottom. as
That's
well.
lovely.
Oh God, I didn't know that was there.
A big
Oh.
lump of gravy at the bottom, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna.
I've got
have
the
to-
same. I'm swilling mine to get the gravy.
Yeah, I've got a tiny bit of liquid left. I'm gonna.
Oh my god.
Have I got any plain water?
Yeah, I'm trying to make it thicker now. Look,
Mm.
I'm literally trying to make the water, the last bit of liquid.
Right. There's no way I can. There's no way.
Okay, well,
There's no way
that
I'm
was foul.
gonna eat that.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
mine's still there, so I'm gonna have to.
You've got to go fill that back up with water.
Well, I've got apple and
I've done
elderflower.
it,
It's
though.
going in. I don't even care. It's an apple and
I've done
elderflower with
it.
sparkling water, just to get rid of it. I don't care at this point. Yeah, like I am.
There you go.
Apple and elderflower is in the mix now as well, guys.
Wow, that was
That
vile.
was not
Oh,
pleasant.
it's so lumpy.
Right.
Titch only makes lumpy gravy.
Yeah, I don't want to do
make
that again.
lumpy gravy. I make fucking fantastic gravy.
Well, you didn't just now.
No,
Oh.
no swearing.
It was sorry. I make bleeping fantastic gravy.
Right. Oh, I'm gonna rinse my
Look,
mouth
look,
out,
look.
and then we can crack on. Right.
Yeah, I've
Oh,
got.
We
We're
are
hitting
13
chocolate.
minutes into this podcast, so you've had the punishment first today. Normally we're just like, we'll do it at some point.
We're getting done.
You've had it at the
today.
start. We'll actually start. Women's match. I'll be honest, I don't remember a lot about what happened in the women's match because I don't remember.
A lot happened last night, and
Yeah.
it was quite far paced for very little
It was
matches.
a busy night.
I don't remember what happened on most of the show.
Because you hadn't been to bed because you're still awake for your subathon.
I don't know what my name is. I'm very
Welcome to
Yeah,
my
sir.
world.
Ian,
struggling.
on a horse with no name.
I've got to
I'm
mention
not
one
a
thing.
horse.
Charlotte's
Pretty confident.
moonsault off the top.
I gave you a chance
Did
to compliment
she-
yourself
someone
there,
off the
Link.
top. That was good.
That moonsault off the top
Mm.
was
Oh, yeah.
so
Still got a
good.
horse.
Yeah,
Who
yeah.
should
yeah.
I got a face full of Charlotte?
Yeah,
Andrade.
I think that was EO.
EO with the knee and
Ew.
the knee or leg. And
It wasn't. It
I
wasn't
don't
the knee.
think it was a knee.
literally.
I don't think it was a bit
Oh,
higher than the leg.
She split the uprights with her face. It was yeah.
Oh, so, yeah.
Charlotte gave birth to Io.
I don't think she did.
She didn't. She literally reversed birth.
She
to Io.
almost
It was-
reversed gave
But in all
birth
fairness,
to Io.
the whole reason that we ended up having to do that punishment just then, we haven't talked about it a lot because I mean that's the one we lost on. If we had won that one, we all went and it was damage control, which it probably should have done, in my opinion.
Mm.
We wouldn't have had to do that punishment.
I really
And
wanted.
you would have got a better wrestling podcast from us. Now you've just got
I would have got
just
100%
us
for the
suffering.
first time.
Well,
I'm
we all would have done
surprised.
it.
I'm surprised Link didn't pick up because normally it's something Link really picks up on. That there was the men's and the women's. There was two actual teams, both hills, and I really thought the men's would go one way, and I thought the women the actual team would win one of them.
Yeah, both face team win.
No, I'm
actual-
with you, Pete. I'm with
no,
you.
no,
It's-
both
it's
actual teams
actual
lost.
Both
stables
actual
lost.
teams
We will get to
stables
the
Because
men.
lost.
Damage Control is an actual team,
Yeah,
whereas
and so
the
it's Judgment
Faces
Day.
weren't a team.
No.
Yeah, it's a good point.
It's
I
a bit-
didn't pick up.
I
I
thought one
probably
of
would
them-
have if I'd have
yeah,
thought about it. But
I thought
didn't.
one of
I
them
didn't
would have
think about
won,
it.
being the actual team.
Yeah, it's a good argument.
I felt like last night, if I'm being honest, last night this was the start of a lot of ass kissing. It was a big ass kissing fest from WWE's sort of whole show last night, and I think this was the start of it because every single one was like, "Yeah, we're just going with what the crowd want." Well,
Can I just point something out?
yeah, go on.
So you say it was an ass kissing thing, and I think, do you know what? Actually, hold that thought for me
I'll
for
hold it.
later on.
It's there. I got it. Hang on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put
Yeah,
it
yeah.
because they can see it on
Hold-
the
hold-
podcast. I'm gonna put it just
Hold
there.
that thought from me for
Dan.
later on in the
Yeah.
podcast.
Dan, throw it.
Oh,
Get rid of that-
It's
get-
there.
Get rid of that thought. You're right, that's it.
She's still struggling.
I just burped and retasted the gravy.
Yummy.
Yeah, it's not gone anywhere.
Sorry.
So yes, Becky and Charlotte are friends again.
Oh no.
Damage Control's gonna fall apart again. Yeah, great because Bailey took the pin. Io Sky, a
Sash-
hell of a spot. Charlotte, a hell of a spot. Shotzi,
Shotzi didn't take the pin.
well, she won. Who?
Yeah.
Oh, Becky with a manhandle slam from the middle rope was pretty cool through the
Yeah, through the
table.
table, wasn't it?
Becky was bleeding as well. She cut her eyebrow.
Yeah.
She
She
stitches
had
and that.
stitches later on.
We had
Yeah.
Asuka doing the miss to Shotzi, but she
Shotzi.
definitely got her.
Yeah.
Oh, she had a face.
She didn't miss. She got her.
Do you remember that time when she went for the mist and then someone ducked and she got sprayed with a fire extinguisher as well? That was a
Yeah.
spot.
Do you remember Shotzi diving through the ropes and landing on her head?
Yeah.
The few of those moves were a bit. Ooh.
Yeah.
She's-
the
she's
women
quite-
can
Although
step it
I
up.
will say with Shotzi, she was not the spot monkey. She wasn't in the rough spots that I thought she was going to be in
No,
this match.
I
Considering
wonder if they
she's
are.
normally the one that gets thrown through the big bumps. You know,
I wonder if they are trying to elevate her a bit now.
I think they might be.
Yeah.
I'll be honest as well. Like I saw her taking some of the big spots in the match because, let's be honest, we know she's a bit of a nutter, and she does take some she takes some
Yeah.
abuse in the ring. I'm trying to think back. So, like the last big match that I remember Shotzi being in, and I mean like a big multi-person match,
Was the ladder match?
would be the ladder match, and she.
She's shone there.
She took
No,
no.
she
Do you
has
not
shone.
remember?
That was the really like everything
No,
felt
yes,
very awkward
actually,
throughout
yes.
the whole match. It
I
wasn't,
do remember.
It wasn't the
actually.
last. It wasn't the last women's
There
ladder
was a
match. It
lot
was
of
the one
matches
before
in
that.
that
Is what
ladder
Link's on
match.
about. And
She dropped people. She was very.
It was
like,
the last one that was good.
clumsy,
Yeah, I do
She
remember.
genuinely seemed like she was going to injure someone. So I think considering that she's come a long way. Like
Yeah.
she was very clean last night.
To
She
be fair-
she had a couple of incidents, but nothing major
we,
for
we,
a match of that sort.
we all
Sorry.
we all called for Damage Control to win purely because Shotzi would be taking the pinwheel for.
We did, yeah.
And
Well, I don't know if it was purely based on that, but we
Well,
definitely.
no,
thought
that was a big thing for me. I'll be honest. Who was going to take a pin and work it out? But I really thought she impressed. To be fair, she held her own.
Yeah.
the taste buds have recovered from my tea.
I've just been sent a bacon toasted sandwich.
I'll
Ouch.
send me a bacon toasted sandwich, please.
Yeah.
No, but if someone's in chat wants to send a link to do a bug on the podcast, that'd be amazing. Remember,
be
5
fair,
gift subs, and
you-
you've got
to
the
be fair-
potential to let Link have
Yeah.
to eat a dead bug.
Mate, you got away. You got away with a toffee pop.
Why are you saying it like
popcorn.
that?
Bug, because I'm doing it on purpose.
Totally worth it. I mean, watching you eat the mealworm yesterday, that was funny.
You did get away with it last one. You had buttered popcorn.
I tell you what. I'm going to point this out, and I'm quite happy about it. I haven't had to eat a cricket or a locust yet, and I am buzzing about that.
How many bush tuckers have you had to do?
So I've gone
3?
through 3 chilies. I've done 2 mealworms.
rice.
I've done a chili and I've done a rice. So three 4, 5, 6, 7.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Well, considering there's only 7 options.
Oh, I see. Fridge got you to eat
Yeah,
one of
Fridge.
the wild last night.
Yeah. Fridge managed to. Well, we made a deal.
You and
Yeah.
Fridge.
Me and Fridge made a deal. So we was doing a game, and then we came to the conclusion that if he did we were playing whatever it was. It was like keep talking, no one explodes,
Right. Okay.
and he was doing the talking, and I was like, right, okay. He's like, if I manage to get you through this, you've got to do a chili. If I don't manage to get you through this, then I'll give you a sub. And I was like, I tell you what, I'll counter offer you. The chili would normally cost you 3 subs or 5 subs. So how about you gift a sub either way?
Mm.
But if you do it, I'll eat the chili for 1 sub rather than doing a bean boozle for 1 sub like I normally would.
Look at you giving mates rates.
I know.
Shocking.
Well, no,
shocking.
you earned
Do
it,
I
you
get
earned
mates
it.
rates?
Well, no, because you're the one who just sent him that one just now and blame me.
No, you'd have to be a mate.
You're wow.
It was me.
At
It was me who sent that.
At this
big
point,
loser
Titch, you're
with
just
the
you're just a colleague.
Dan, she's just
Yeah.
admitted it was her that sent that anonymous one.
Colleague, not friend.
I'm just a person you know.
Yeah, I can't believe I got the blame for that. She just sat there.
I think colleagues fair at this point. I think Titch on enough our stuff. I think she can have colleague status.
I paid my dues.
Yeah.
I'd say country neighbour.
By the way, voluntary colleague. You're not getting any of my pay.
Yeah, I'd say
Yet.
I'd bordering neighbour.
I don't want any of
What's-
it, mate.
Oh, once we're there, we'll look after our people. To be fair.
Oh.
I mean, we're on that road now with YouTube. Thank Cook.
Thank Cook, yeah.
No,
Thank
no,
Cooks,
no
thank
swearing.
you, thank
Well
you,
done.
Cooks, thank you, Cooks everywhere. All the
No
men
swearing.
sat in the corner of their room watching their woman get ploughed. Thank you, Cooks everywhere.
Hi, Bob.
Hi, Bob.
Actually, my subscription to you just renewed. Yes, day before yesterday.
What for your membership?
Yeah.
And if you want to become a member,
That's a way to plug that.
you are
Thank you,
22
Titch.
minutes into this podcast. Probably the worst wrestling podcast we're ever going to do our entire life.
It is.
So if you
We're
wanna-
still on the first match.
If you
It
want to
shows you.
give us
It shows you. How,
just the tip for £1 a month, I think that'd be fair. Crack on. That's for those in the podcast on Twitch. I mean, if you want to give subs and make links stuff, then that's fine.
I think this just shows you how much editing Dan has to do. It's brilliant.
I'm not editing.
He's not editing.
I'm
he's
not
No,
editing
no,
this.
but normally, how much editing Dan has to do.
Right. Speaking of editing, I don't know how I'm going to segue this one. Speaking of editing, hang on. I'm coming up with a segue.
No,
I ain't got one. Gunther versus The Miz was next. I think.
Yeah, it
wasn't
was.
Gunther Miz second
Yeah.
on, wasn't it? Which is odd. Someone on our TikTok's comments, to be fair to them, TikTok and YouTube hated us last night. Let's clarify that. By the way, we are not AEW marks. If anything, we were very anti AEW for a very long time. So, yeah.
Mainly because of the thing with Matt Hardy.
Yeah.
You know,
But
that was the big issue with AEW and the fact that they don't know how to look after wrestlers
Have you
I've
seen
got to
this?
admit,
and just don't like the Young
They've just
Bucks.
got no control over their
Maybe,
dates and
maybe
everything.
don't judge us based on a 60-second clip because I mentioned the fact that Punk wasn't going to turn up because, they hit that thing in the corner that usually means they're not going to do Punk. And then
you guys definitely made me look the biggest CM Punk mark in the world.
you and Adam, yeah, you look like you are bumming him. You were bumming him. You were loving
I
it.
tell you what, Adam reacted like a split second before.
He got that- but he behaved, but he was- No, but I didn't know he'd
Oh,
done
no,
it.
none of us
I didn't pick up
realised.
that that's what he'd
None of
done.
us realised. No.
So-
It was
so
just perfect timing.
it was great to have
Yeah,
that.
it's
bit
literally
ahead.
just as Dan finished saying it. Just
Oh,
as
it's
Dan,
like-
like literally, as he finished saying, "Yeah, they're all going to be so annoyed that Punk didn't turn up." It's like, oh,
Honestly,
God.
last night we started and finished the stream with two of the best timing things. We had Ronnie and Fitz last night with the what was that first one in the start of the stream? It was
I'm
one of
gonna
our
have to watch
random
that.
sound clips, and then followed by Crab Rave, I
Crab
think it
Rave,
was.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it was the best remix. And then obviously, then we had the Punk thing later on at the end of the.
And Ghost
it was
Dog.
just Ghost Dog. Brilliant. You don't know
My
Ghost,
dog's not
Ghost
dead. Don't. My dog's not dead. I had Fridge singing "In the Arms of the Angel" to my dog earlier on. I was like, he's not dead. What was wrong with you?
But anyway,
He's like, no, he's just hungry. I was like, no, he's not dead.
we're off topic again. Back to my original point was that someone in the comments said Miz shouldn't have tapped. They shouldn't have made Miz tap.
I did see that.
Thoughts on that? And I'm like, do you know what? I kind of get it. I do kind of see the point.
I see his point. I don't know. I think he should have probably lost by pin because Gunther's pin with the over and over again power bombs would have definitely made Miz look stronger because losing to them is
Reasonable.
Noble.
Yeah.
Who the hell can't blame him?
Yeah.
Who
It's
the hell
not
can
very
blame him?
often that it's not very often that Gunther does a submission.
The
Yeah.
thing is,
So it was a bit odd.
what happened in that match? There was a lot of times Miz was teasing, getting away with a lot from the ref. The kick, the little bits behind the
Low
ref's
blow,
back.
the
I wanted to
corner.
see Gunther kind of lose it and maybe get DQ'd.
what and what? So
Yeah.
he retains, but Miz wins the match by
Yeah,
disqualification,
yeah,
which is what
but
Adam predicted in all
Well,
fairness.
that's what Adam predicted,
Because
yeah.
of Gunther getting through frustration of the Miz getting away with all these little cheeks,
But
the
the-
kicks.
the-
I'd have been
The
good for
thing
that.
is, that's kind of what he did in the last rivalry that
Yeah,
Gunther was in with whoever Gunther was in the rivalry with last. I can't even remember. Ricochet? No.
no, Ricochet
Oh,
was before.
Gable.
Oh yeah, Gable. Yeah.
Gable won a match against him
Why?
via DQ, and
Yeah,
he's the first
because of
person to
Ring Out.
actually have won a match
Yeah.
against him in
A
however
time.
long it is.
Little while.
Yeah.
Little
Yeah.
while. Little while.
But yeah, it's a shame. There was no real way. Miz has got to the stage now where he's going to start putting people over even more. He's getting to that level, and it works. It's just, I would have liked to see the story continue with them a bit longer.
For me now, it just sort of goes right. Okay, Miz has sort of been there. He's the one that's been ticked off the list now of the Intercontinental ex champions because Gunther's going to go on to have the record breaking run.
Honky next.
Yeah. So well, actually fighting Honky Tonk because
Yeah.
that's what we said.
Yeah. Another one off the list.
Another one off.
Yeah.
Off. Bob Backlund
Warrior afterwards.
was actually no. Bob Backlund was world champion. I don't know. Was he Intercontinental?
Oh,
I don't know actually.
let him fight
I
Bret
don't-
Hart now.
What?
Yes,
what?
please.
You imagine
Gunther.
Gunther versus current Bret Hart?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Now,
Can you imagine him chopping one of them?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
I don't know if Flair was an Intercontinental title holder, but give him a
I
match
don't
against
care.
Flair.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Question. Which title was it that the Cody? Which IC title was it that Cody put in the bin? And Cody introduced the white
None.
one, didn't he?
None. I don't think he put any in a bin.
No,
Oh, okay.
but,
Sorry. Which one did he introduce? Sorry.
He introduced the white one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he brought in the white one.
I'd love to see that. I'd love to see that be a rivalry, and he brings back the white one again. Love that.
I don't think Cody's going back down to the middle card.
No,
No.
if anyone,
No. But Gunther's not going to be losing that championship anytime soon either. So
No.
He's got a good thing going with Jay at the moment, hasn't he?
the thing is with Gunther, if Gunther loses to a IC champion level, then it makes it hard for it to go, well, he deserves a world title shot. If he loses to Cody Rhodes,
well, he'll lose by shenanigans.
but if he loses to Cody Rhodes on the IC level, it's like, yeah, he's still world champion level, isn't he, to go for the world title? I mean,
I know what you're saying, but he'll lose
like
via
he's
shenanigans
a
at
big
some
name
point.
down
Like
there.
it'll,
So. Yeah,
or
it'll be a distraction and a roll up, or he'll get someone will jump him, or he'll be injured, or something. Like there'll be a reason. It won't just be a clean loss. He's not going to lose that belt
Yeah.
clean
I
because they're
would-
going to elevate him up from that belt. Sorry, Pete, I didn't mean to.
That's
keep
right.
talking.
I would really like to see. I'm trying to think of ways that he could lose it, and I'd be okay with it. I think one of the only ways is some sort of a ladder match like we used to have at Mania. There's going to be mental spots,
yeah.
but he would end up losing.
I
Yeah,
miss the
multi-man
Mania
fight, yeah.
matches. I miss
Yeah,
the Mania the Mania lads.
The IC
Yeah,
match.
They were
the
always really
multi-man
good.
I see the
Mania
match.
ladder matches were unreal.
I'd be
Yeah.
happy with him losing that way, and him going on to then get a bigger spot.
Do you know what though? Two of the men that made the IC ladder matches at Mania the best matches that they were are no longer with the company, and one of them is no longer with us at all. So, obviously, I'm talking about Luke Harper, aka Brody Lee,
That's
and Dolph
Amazing
Ziggler.
match.
Yeah.
Like the two of those, for me, would been probably one of the best IC ladder matches that's ever happened.
That was an amazing
And
match.
You remember
And-
when?
I'm just saying, Dolph hasn't actually gone anywhere yet. So,
No.
like,
He's still around.
I mean, there's still a chance that he could
could still
be
come
the one
back.
that the throne's Gunther. That'd be pretty cool.
For me,
He
that
could.
was a match
Hasn't he
that
been
elevated.
released?
Yeah, but he's not working anywhere.
He hasn't.
he could still come
He
back.
hasn't signed
Yeah.
for anyone yet.
No.
But
Yeah.
that was the match that really elevated Harper for me. To make me go, okay, this guy is really good.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw potential in Harper very, very early on. Like, I don't know what it was about him, but there was something straight away that I was like, I like this guy.
Yeah, I didn't know
And
if
me
he
and
struggled
Bruce used
so
to have
low.
conversations with him even when he was back in NXT with the Wyatt family, and I remember me and Bruce, we gave him a gimmick, like we was
Yeah.
just talking randomly, and we gave him a gimmick. It was like he needs to be the magician
Yeah.
because he used to do this thing with his hands where he just like the jazz hands and held them out,
Yeah.
and he was. I don't know. He just had this kind of creepy magician look with the beard and everything.
You do
It's
realize what you wanted him
It
to
would
be.
work.
You
He wanted
do.
him to be Oz.
You wanted him to be WWE Danhausen.
Yes.
No.
That's right.
No, more like Oz, but
Okay.
not Kevin Nash.
Fair enough.
Harper had knees.
Yeah,
Harper
and
had
his
knees.
quads didn't.
What a
His
statement.
his quads didn't tear every time he stepped forwards.
What a statement. Harper had knees, everyone. And that is my takeaway from today's podcast. Harper had knees.
Yeah.
Do you know who also had knees? Santos Escobar, because he then beat Dragon Lee last night.
Great match.
Go on.
Amazing match.
I edited. So, what did you enjoy about that match, Pete?
It was just spot after spot after spot. But these are two great wrestlers that could do that. Do you know, there wasn't one stand-up moment, but it was so fast-paced. It was a bit of everything that went in. And it was
It
told
was a
really
good
well.
match.
Straight away
was
with
a very good
Escobar
match.
trying to rip the mask off. It was instant heel, instant heat straight away. But yeah, it was just a spot fest.
I can see like him wanting to solidify himself as a heel by wanting to take the mask off. It just, I don't know, part of it didn't really sit right with me because it was only a couple of months ago. It was Dom. He was like after Dom because Dom tried taking Ray's mask off. So
Yeah,
why would you change those internal standards and morals and the respect for the mask just because you're the heel? You can
Yeah, I
you
see what
can
you're saying.
be a heel
It's not.
without getting rid of those morals and standards you've got.
I know what you're saying. It's like it did feel a bit like them doing that. It's a bit like because he's a heel, and it's not because it's like
He
part
has
of
to do the heel
a
thing.
feud.
Yes, to do
Yeah,
it.
it
Yeah.
wasn't like it was
It's
part
great.
of the feud. It's not like that should be sort of as you're getting towards the end of a storyline, you're trying to unmask the wrestlers as a total disrespect. No, I get. What
I
you
loved
mean, Tish.
I loved it.
Yeah,
though.
it
I
didn't
get the
sit
logic
right
there.
with me. It didn't sit right.
Oh,
Yeah,
fair enough.
I'd have preferred it to be a slower turn,
Well, this is
which
it.
I think is what you're saying there as well.
Yeah.
His morals should still be there at this point. His issue is with Ray, and
The-
This is it. It's
And
that's a one-day rivalry.
right.
yeah,
The thing is,
like it was made on
Yeah.
SmackDown.
I
And
tell
then,
you
and then
why.
for War Games, like why is he already going? Oh, I really dislike you. I'm going to take off your mask. Like,
I tell you why. I think
yeah.
they kind of went onto this a bit later. This was supposed to be a really slow build, but Triple H spoke about this in a press conference later.
right, what do you say?
This match was supposed to happen. Well, the Ray thing and Santos was supposed to happen about a month ago when Ray got injured diving out the ring,
Right.
and they said they had the feud sorted. They said they had the feud planned. There was a big thing with Ray that was happening.
That did happen, Pete.
No. But the feud was going to happen earlier, and they stopped it completely. They scrapped all the storylines and changed the storylines on the fly. He said that there was supposed to be a big thing with Ray all building,
I
and
don't think.
they scrapped that there
You
and
say
then
Triple H said that.
about the concussion thing because Ray got the concussion.
Pete, you've mixed up two different stories. That was the story because he had a story going with Santos, yes, but it wasn't quite for that. It was because that was the build to the
The split,
title
tension.
match, wasn't it?
Yeah,
And then, and yes, they were building a tension thing, but I don't think that was where that was going yet.
I don't know. I think they were going to be building because we all thought it as well with Ray versus Santos in the title.
Yeah, but I don't think that he was out of action for long enough because he came back within a couple of weeks. He wasn't gone for long, so I don't think they completely scrapped the entire story then.
Yeah, it is very rushed now, and I'm like, do you know what? That would have made sense for them to build that for that title then.
The thing is, I think someone mentioned it on stream last night. It's to do with the fact that I think it might have been Link said that Carlito couldn't have taken the loss there. It'd have been stupid.
Well,
After 13 years and coming back for his first pay-per-view of 13 years and then taking a loss, it'd have been like,
Yeah.
Not only that. So Pete, let me just reiterate what I was trying to say about that. So Ray got taken out in their match against each other.
Yeah.
Because they did that dive out of the ring spot, which knocked Ray on his head, and then the referee stopped the match and they called it through the concussion warning. About 2 weeks later, they rematched that match because I remember them doing the exact same spot.
You're right.
And
You're
going,
right.
oh no, that's going to do it again. And it didn't do it, and the match continued. So they did it 2 weeks later anyway. And so the story still happened exactly as it was going.
It has very rushed. I just thought it would have took longer.
It's not.
Yeah, you are right.
It's not this story. It's that story happened. It just was a week short or whatever.
The thing is, I still think we're going to get the Carlito, but we're still going to get Carlito feud because there's
of course we will.
The two factions are going to happen now. I really think you're going to see Santos with his new version of Phantasma coming back again.
Do we think that Carlito's legit injured, or do you think it was literally just to
it was just a work. It was
just a work.
To cover him for so they didn't have to
100% because it was in my thing that he was going to be injured and taken out of the match.
Oh, what on the
Okay. So I knew it was going to happen before it happened.
Fair enough.
So it's definitely a work.
The last singles match before the final main event and the afterwards was Rhea Ripley defeating Zoe Stark again, or not again, defeating Zoe Stark for the Women's Championship. We all saw the prediction, the thing come in.
You know what?
I want to say, did they?
It was a great match.
It was a great match, but did they make Zoe look as strong as we wanted her to?
I think they did.
I'm not convinced.
I think they did a good job.
I don't think they made her look as strong as she could have looked, but they did show how innovative that woman is.
Yeah, you were getting excited about the little springboard move.
She is, and I said this last night during the actual stream. She is probably one of the most innovative women I've seen in wrestling in a long, long time. Especially in WWE scene. I know on the indies there's plenty of crazy women doing crazy things all the time, but this isn't Jesus. This is the big leagues, kid. You don't see it. You don't see these innovations. The closest thing we've got to an innovation like that springboard move that she did last night was Io Sky jumping off the top of a cage with a bin on her head. I can't believe she did it. I can't believe she did it. It's dumb. Don't do that.
Did you can't see where you're going put to it land. On last time?
Yeah. Did you not see?
I didn't see it first time. I saw it last night.
She climbed up and literally put it on.
Yeah, she climbed up the first time, put it on her head, and then jumped off.
Do you know what?
But this is it. It's a good spot for Rio, but you've got to give the other girls so much credit as well because they've got to make sure they're in position to catch her.
Yeah.
She's going in blind, but do you know what?
She's going in blind, and it puts everybody else at risk in case she lands in the wrong position.
The issue is more of the fact that she could have easily fallen back slightly.
Yeah.
And she was going backwards. She would have gone backwards off the cage and been dead.
Yeah. No hands to
no nothing.
Stop herself, no balance, like nothing.
No.
Going back to Zoe Stark though, when was the last time? Because it happened a few times last night. In a singles match, Rhea looked beatable because there was a fair few times last night we were like, "Is she?"
There was.
Rhea's been
like,
dominant. Rhea's been dominant for ages.
Yeah.
No one's even come close. Even in,
I'd say in that 5-way.
In a singles match,
she had a couple of moments in that, but in a singles match,
she's been dominant for a long time.
Yeah, I can't say I remember a singles match that she's looked.
A couple of times she looked
even vulnerable, really.
Yeah, a couple of times last night she did. So I think they've made Zoe Stark look brilliant.
I just want to say though, even though they made her look strong, all 3 matches of the singles matches were really short.
Yeah.
Like, the whole thing, the whole pay-per-view was very short, to be fair.
I mean, they weren't that short. 12 and 13 minutes, something like
No,
that.
apart
what,
from
9
the end,
minutes. The
yeah.
women's Rhea
Was
versus
it really
Zoe start.
only 9
9
minutes? Okay.
minutes. Like
Apart
for
from-
put away Zoe in 9 minutes, I'm a bit like, that is awfully short.
we did comment. Apart from the bit at the end, the whole show was a little bit shorter than a Raw.
It
Yeah,
was.
the whole event was shorter than a Raw.
Oh, was it? I didn't know with the end carrying it over.
No. we're still finished. So the actual main show was finished, but still finished before 4:00.
Yeah, but
Do
you
you
haven't
think
included
they
the
finished
45
it-
minutes of adverts you get with Raw.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
That is
Well,
true.
this is it. Yeah, Raw, you only get about an hour and a half. Yeah, I suppose of actual wrestling.
But with last night, you've got to take into account they might have finished early because of what happened. At the
No,
end of the show.
that happened still.
No, that's what I'm saying. They finished. The whole event was still finished before 4:00. Titch.
Yeah,
Oh, even with him coming.
Yeah,
Oh,
even
okay.
even with
Yeah.
Punk coming out. Yeah, even with Punk.
but I enjoyed the rear match, and it just shows that she's beating everyone. She's looked vulnerable, but she ain't losing this title to at least Mania.
Yeah, I know. Link thinks that she's gonna lose it.
There's a chamber.
Chamber.
I think she's carrying it through.
Nah, I think she's still walking out of Australia at this chamber. I think we're gonna.
Wouldn't be shocked at all to see her lose the belt in her home country.
They like to
I
screw
still
them
think
over
we're
at
still
home,
gonna
don't they?
get, because it's an open arena, open stadium. I think we're still gonna get Rhea walking away with the title and having her fireworks in the background moment, her
big
Roman Reigns
display.
moment, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I know what
Yeah.
you mean.
It's,
I mean, it'd be great. And don't get me wrong, I think that should happen.
question then: who do you think's gonna take it from her at that point? An early prediction.
They're running out of women. Has she gone up against Charlotte for the title yet? Oh no, that's
Yeah, several times, but
Is
not
it
in this ring.
The
because
thing
what's she
is-
on? She's on Raw. So realistically, that I don't really see anybody on Raw left that's going to do it. It'd have to be someone
No.
moving across, or
I mean,
some,
Becky's on Raw. Becky's on Raw.
or
Are
some-
we going to see a
Becky's on
Cargill
Raw,
for
or some-
Mania?
Becky's the only one
or
really. that's on
somebody
the
moving
roster.
up is what I was going to say.
Yeah.
But
Are we going to
yeah.
see a Jade Cargill for Mania? Maybe.
No.
don't forget we still got the Rumble. Whoever wins
They-
the
I-
Rumble gets to pick their fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's for Mania. One about I'm about because then Link saying it wouldn't even be the Rumble winner potentially that's going to beat Rhea at the Chamber.
Triple H essentially said on the not the
Yeah,
podcast,
The press
Jesus.
conference.
On the press conference last night that Jade Cargill's just not ready for the wrestling ring at this time. So
No, but Mania, you've still got a few months away. I wonder if they can build towards that. That'll
Oh.
be her debut.
Hammerstein.
it'd be a very quick turnaround to get her back to that point.
Sorry, go off the podcast, everyone. I was just speaking to our chat. I've just remembered the F1 is on Hammerstein, so thank you very much. We're gonna,
I
stick that on
wonder as
silent
well-
whilst we're recording.
There's a name, I don't like bringing it up, but there's a name that's going to be in the mix and going to be spoke about. Now Punk and Ospreay's sorted. It's Mercedes.
I mean, there's an option. Sasha Banks taking the title off of her
Big surprise return.
That's the next name that's thrown up in the air that's
She's still
not tied down to a contract.
Yeah, she's still nowhere as such at the minute.
It's going to be AEW or WWE.
Look, they've got Bailey and Charlotte back
yeah.
together again over on. Well, can't. I
Becky
mean,
and Charlotte.
Becky.
I mean,
Yeah, that's what I meant. But
Yeah.
Becky and Charlotte back together again, ish.
yeah.
If Bailey gets kicked out of Damage Control, that's
Getting a beat
another potential member that's going to get rescued by those two.
Yeah.
And then this eventually Dakota
Four
Kai is
horsewomen.
going to be ready to go again, which means there's going to
Four
be four
horsewomen.
members of Damage Control.
The four
Four.
horsewomen.
4 members of Damage Control.
4 against.
It's going to
Well, no,
work.
it's the 4.
Four horsewomen.
Yeah,
Four
against
horsemen.
the 4.
Who
Yeah,
they've
I-
never. They know they've missed. They know
I
they
can
missed a
completely
trick.
see. I can completely see that happening. It's and Bailey's already started teasing it as well. To be fair,
Yeah. And if anyone's going to make a Bailey save, it's going to be Mercedes or Sasha. I can see her coming back.
Can't help but feel you're right. Shall we move on to the main event?
Yeah.
Main event time was the men's War Games match. We had some bloody hard hitting stuff before the match even started.
Yeah, where was Randy?
Well, he was nowhere to begin with. We had lots of hard hittings.
Nowhere
We
to
had
begin with.
lots of tension between Drew and Damian Priest. What else did we have?
We had the moment in the car park where we saw them.
They were quite chummy. They were
Priest
chatting.
Priest and
Oh, when New Day pulled up.
Balor were just randomly in the car park.
No,
in
it
the
was
background.
Priest and McIntyre.
Priest and Drew talking.
Yeah, they were having a bit of a
Oh,
stare down there.
either way. So yeah, that was still a thing.
We had also the tension between for the face team before they went out that they didn't know where Randy was. I want to
They
know.
thought-
I'm just picturing now. They said they were like Randy's still not here. Like 5 minutes before they were supposed to go out. Not even that. Less than that. I just picturing that at some point Randy's just ran in from out of the arena into the arena,
Already in his gear.
in his gear, in his truck. He's gone. Fuck it, I've been working hard to make myself look this good.
Yeah, that's what it
Yeah.
was. He was standing in the mirror looking at himself going, Jesus, I look good now.
Oh crap! That's the time.
I look good now. All I had to do was put on a pair of pants and some baby oil. Oh,
No, but he
Took
looks,
someone-
he
Ah,
looks jacked, to be
jacked.
fair.
But before that moment, we did almost
And
have
the
a Damien,
Tasha's gone.
we almost had a Damien Priest cash in. By the way, everyone.
We did.
Yeah.
Rhea Ripley came running out.
during the match.
No.
No, the match
Well,
had
it
not.
actually
was
The match
kind of
started.
during the match.
Yeah.
There was multiple competitors already in the
But they
in the
were
ring.
all smashed down, beaten up, and the Judgment Day were standing strong with Drew, and they brought out the briefcase, and they looked like they were going to cash in on Seth, and then I have voices in my head. They talk to me. They understand. They talk to me, and I popped. I fucking popped.
I
was
did
like,
as well.
Randy Orton.
I was
Randy
really
Orton came
worried.
out.
I was really worried that we weren't going to have Orton after they've
Literally got-
already put Orton's name on the in the mix, and I was worried they were going to replace it with Punk. And yeah, no, we needed that. We need that Orton back. Orton looks bloody terrific, and I'm looking forward to it.
What a pop he got as well.
The fans have
We
missed him and it shows.
We forgot the most important thing of the whole show.
What's
Our
that?
truth is back.
I mean, there is that. Was that actually it, Link? Was that? Was that?
That-
actually
that was
Archer was
fun.
back.
That was a spot.
The man that got us through COVID, all the COVID-19 bollocks.
He
R-Truth
made
is back.
Carmella less
Yeah.
annoying
mate.
with his dance break stuff. like,
24/7 title. I don't even care. People shat on 24/7 title because it wasn't what they wanted it to be, because it wasn't the hardcore title.
It wasn't
It
the
was the
hardcore title. Yeah.
funniest thing
It was
to get
funny.
us through
Yeah.
COVID-19, and it was the only real shining light where I was just like, every time Truth was around it, I was like, I'm enjoying this. The fact
You know what?
he pinned Jinder Mahal on a plane for the title whilst Jinder Mahal was asleep. I just
Sleeping.
want to point that out. Like,
It was only Friday. We
was
mentioned him as
brilliant.
well, asking where he was. On SmackDown, we
Yeah.
was on SmackDown, we was asking where our truth is.
yeah,
We
yeah,
need our truth back.
Yep,
Do
yep,
you know
yep.
what? Whenever I think of our truth, I always remember little Jimmy.
Yeah.
See, I always remember
You
the
can't
time
not think about our truth and not think about little Jimmy at the same time.
I always remember him
I knew
running
it was
out
sad.
in like with ladders and things
Yeah.
in Rumble matches and being like, "My bad," or yeah, I just
I'm coming
Yeah,
after
actually-
so many stupid spots.
Even if
just-
he
He
is a
actually
big,
gets. He managed to get
big,
himself into a
big
ladder
man.
match. He gets like 3 steps up and he's shitting himself. He's like,
And-
"Ugh," and then he gets
and-
into a rumble and he gets to the top of the ladder. He's,
You know what?
and then
oh
you've
my
got his
God.
childhood hero John Cena.
Yeah.
It's like,
I'm coming. You're a big, big man. I'm coming after you, Paul
The guy-
Heyman.
The guy's in his 50s. He's a legend
I love
as
him.
well.
I love him. I
He's
love him.
so
I love him.
funny.
way
I love
old,
him
way
so
older
much.
than John Cena, but he's his childhood hero.
But yeah, I mean, returning back to the main event though, sadly, much as I'd love to sit here and talk about R-Truth all night long.
I love R-Truth.
I could.
Yeah.
We had the moment with Jey Uso, and Jay obviously was crapping himself before. He wasn't very happy that it was Orton when they were backstage because he said it was all his fault. And then they had the moment of the
It
stare
was.
down. Orton
He
started getting
saved
angry at him.
him.
And then I can't remember who it was about one of the Judgment Day was about to hit him. Might have even been Drew actually.
I think it was
Was
priests.
it
I
Priest?
thought
I
it
think
And
it
then
was Priest.
he was just about to hit Orton, and then boom. Oh no, yeah, because Orton then RKO'd
Yeah.
Drew.
Super kick.
But
Straight to priest.
He
Straight in front of
saved
whoever it was.
him.
Saved his ass.
I think he did gain a lot of respect from Randy for that because he could have just.
Well, no, I think it's gonna. That's coming. That's coming.
Yeah, that's not
Still-
gone.
it's still
That's
gone.
not
I'm
gone.
not saying all is forgiven. I'm saying he's
Yeah.
gained a lot of respect. Not all.
Right.
is
Do you know,
forgiven.
I
did- do you
think
know,
that's.
did-
I think it's a lie from Orton. I think it's.
Gino did get a lot of respect last night.
He's just biding his time and waiting.
You do realise who earned a lot of respect last
Well,
night?
1-on-1. Go on.
Finn Balor.
No, JD McDonough for that RKO.
Oh,
Yes, off of the
Oh
off
my
of the top
god!
of the cage and then being caught into an RKO after being thrown off
Poor
by two of the
guy.
other guys.
Oh,
Oh god!
What a spot!
And what's even more mental,
How
he didn't even take the pin.
You didn't hit the pin.
No, Orton,
You do that in we'll cover someone else.
Orton
Cody,
then
you do it.
threw Priest to Cody Rhodes, and Cody Rhodes hit the crossroads, and that was it. 1, 2, 3. But I'm glad we had the moment with Uso because then we didn't get that moment when they were celebrating. It made sense. Hey Tracy, we are currently recording our podcast.
Oh,
Everything is
Link,
still fine
you've
for
only
YouTube.
Link, you've only got 4 hours.
Only
Hey,
got 4
subathon's
hours
going
left.
at the moment, babe. 1 sub is being boozled, 5 subs, and Link might have to eat crickets. So-
Tracy's well aware of what all the punishments are.
Yeah, as she was there for most of them.
Yeah, then we got
fair
the
enough.
then we got them all standing there,
Nice.
arms raised, seeing
Hey,
out the
Tracy, how
show
we doing?
with Orton in the middle.
And the show ended. Or
Yeah.
so we thought, and I was going, and I actually said, I can't wait for tomorrow when everyone's bitching and moaning about CM Punk.
Not
They
turning
didn't
up.
turn up because they got their hopes up. Yeah, I can't remember the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
The static, and it was.
I was like,
Ah,
fuck. And if you want to watch that reaction, it's on our YouTube now as well.
It was
guys.
amazing.
Do you know
It
what?
This is the most
genuinely,
recent
genuinely
short.
couldn't
Wow,
have been
maybe.
any better of a time. It couldn't have been any better timing. Like it was just so.
Yeah.
Do you know what
crisp.
made me laugh about that clip though? I actually watched our reaction clip back.
I've watched it back as well.
Is his music hit? Link starts pissing himself laughing.
And it was just me.
You
I
three,
fucking threw myself back here. I was like, what?
you two and Adam were like, ah.
Yeah, Adam,
Fitz is like, I don't know who this guy is, and I'm like, oh really? For fuck's sake!
Fitz
There
definitely
was
knows who CM
so
Punk is, for the
many
record.
so many different emotions come, so many different reactions come from all of us. It was great.
we said how good Randy looks when he's for his return.
Punk didn't look ancient.
Punk
He is.
looks really smart. He looked quite
He
trim.
looks like I feel like Punk looked like homeless CM Punk whilst he's in AEW.
He did,
and
he
it's
did.
like it's like
I
you
did
know
say
what?
he don't look so
It
homeless.
does look like he's just gone. Well, I'll make a bit of an effort now, and now I'm on the main show. You know.
He did genuinely look his best. Like he
And-
looked as good as he ever has. Like,
I've
what
seen
he even said
videos
last
back.
night.
I've seen videos back.
Hi, Blue.
The smile on his face from that reception,
Blue.
because I think he didn't know how he was going to get what reception he was going to get. The night before,
Chicago, he's
there,
also
no,
not.
but no, for
It's
the
not even
SmackDown,
that. It's from
for-
the other
yeah.
superstars. To be honest, if
No,
it
but
was
not
a
even that.
legit surprise for everyone.
the actual crowd, the beginning of SmackDown, I was hearing videos of it. There was half of them was CM Punk chants. As soon as they started, the other half of the crowd were booing.
Yeah, but I
Oh.
don't think was that more to the fact that they didn't. It wasn't that it was about Punk. It was the ones that are like don't be that guy and take over the show.
No, but I
They
don't
were
know
booing.
because
That's personally why I'd be
Yeah.
booing it. Like, don't be that guy. Don't be
I
that
think
guy.
a
Punk,
lot of
Punk's not with the company. Less, and like,
yeah, I
Let's
don't think
draw
a
bad
lot of
blood,
a
let's
lot of
not ruin
fans
the
were a
show.
bit like a lot of fans were like really, but the credit for the best, and I think the best thing for the night is how much stuff gets spoiled on internet. We find out stuff. This
Yeah.
they said this wasn't done till yesterday morning.
Oh, this
The
was
actual deal was done.
probably one of the best, well kept secrets.
yeah.
It was the
in,
pop.
in wrestling in a long, long time.
The
Didn't
pop.
Didn't
was the
Triple
best.
H say it was only him and Nick Khan that
Th-
knew
apparently.
he was coming
Apparently,
back.
do you
But-
fully buy that?
yeah,
I'm not
no,
sure.
no.
Was
But
he
they-
he backstage the whole time whilst everyone else was going out? I think.
I
But-
mean, they,
I
they
mean,
could have
I-
done what they've done with Edge and just locked him in a random trailer.
I've also read reports
Yeah.
today that said a lot of people close to Punk knew because Punk had told them. So
Punk had told them.
Yeah,
but
and Rollins. I mean, Rollins' reaction was great last night. He wasn't caught on camera,
See
but
you, Trace.
he was he was fuming. Oh, hello! Thank you for the subscription on YouTube. And
But-
he was fuming,
Yeah.
Seth Rollins, and
I
apparently
think
Drew's
that'll
walked
work.
out
I'm
after the show
feeling
finished.
sad. I'm sorry. I just don't like the guy.
But do you buy it? Do you buy it? I don't know if I do. I wouldn't be surprised if they've had a little chat, they've squashed
Do you
it,
know
and
what?
they've just sort of moved on. They're setting up for their. For,
I mean,
for,
if
for
he
a
can
feud.
get past
Personally.
his beef with Riddle,
It has been said that everyone was told just before that Punk was going to be coming out. The main stallion was, but
Update on the F1. There's been no first for corner crash.
they did say as of yesterday morning the talks were happening, but there was still no contract signed. It didn't happen till yesterday. It was definitely signed. There was no guarantees.
But for me, there's no way that they're not in Chicago and the backstage. As they're about to go out, they're going through Gorilla. There's no way that Punk's not around, and they've not.
Well, they've said
They've not
Triple
all
H
said hello
apparently
to Punk and
Triple H apparently cleared Gorilla position before. He took over a production. He cleared the Gorilla position.
Yeah, I read a thing earlier on that said that basically Triple H took completely over the whole stream. As soon as the War Games match ended,
Yeah.
he took over everything, cleared Gorilla, cleared a bunch of people out.
Yeah.
And
The
that's when he was the one that decided when Punk's music hit. He's the one that decided that the copyright logo was going on the screen before the music hit.
I'm
The
absolutely
it
with
was
that.
all Triple H
I'm
at
saying,
that point running everything.
They
What
said
I'm
the
saying
only
is,
three there.
I don't
were
see
Hayes.
him. Go on.
No, the only three there apparently were besides Punk were apparently Triple H, Bruce Pritchard, and Michael Hayes were the only ones in that whole area.
That's fair enough, but what I'm saying is, there's no way, I don't see him being him walking around and chatting to everyone else beforehand. He'd have been in the arena before.
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
They have done it with the Hardys, and they've done the same thing with Edge. They hid him away.
And he lives nearby.
He was there.
He could have arrived literally 10 minutes before his spot.
He was spotted in a Starbucks next to the arena in the afternoon. He lives right around the corner.
Yeah. I just. Do you run that risk in such a big company of completely upsetting that much of your talent? I don't know
really
if you
do.
No one's bigger than the WWE.
Apparently, they got told.
But
before
collectively, they
are.
are. You need that collective people of
So
that good
I think the thing is, he could have arrived during the show, the same as the Hardys did at Mania back in the day, because by that point, all of the wrestling media essentially are inside the show watching it because that's what they're reporting on.
So
they're not going to be outside to catch a glimpse of Punk entering the arena late. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, true.
So it makes sense to me that he could have arrived late, and he'd quite easily been kept separate from the rest of the roster.
But do you honestly think out of those 10 that were in the match, do you think that they were actually surprised by it, or did you think they knew it was coming?
There's been 2 reports come out.
Yeah. Reports are irrelevant. What do you put your balls on the line? What would you say that is obviously because it could all be a work. We may never even find out it's a work until years and years later.
Even from Orton's response that I've seen, or the way he was there, I think they knew.
I just don't see how you risk upsetting the apple cart that much without telling people.
The thing is, they have come out and said, people have come out and said there is a couple that aren't happy with it, but there's also a hell of a lot that are excited with the way things are going now.
I will say, I think that they probably did know, and I said this to Pete earlier on as well.
I think there's tension there. Still,
the thing is, as much as they might hate each other, legitimately hate each other,
there is always going to be tension.
I mean, Seth Rollins said horrible things about Punk,
really
horrible.
Yeah.
He was like, "That guy is cancer."
Yeah. That was during the latest game release, wasn't it?
Yeah, I thought that was very bad.
Yeah, he was not nice about him at all. But the thing is, that was well before he was ever even remotely close to being able to come back to WWE. So it's not a work. That was complete shoot.
Yeah.
I think they've used the shoot to work into a work because it'll make money. Yeah. The thing is, and this is something I was saying as well, Seth Rollins has got a habit of just getting in arguments with everyone.
He does.
I think it's. I think he does it intentionally. I think it's smart. I think it's. I don't genuinely don't think he has a disdain for anyone as such. Maybe Riddle. Maybe Riddle. But his rivalry with Will. I think his rivalry with Punk. I think it's all that eventually when something happens, and if it does happen, holy shit, are you going to both make a lot of money from it?
Oh, the stuff with Will was 100% just
Yeah,
to
yeah.
work for money because they could work together at some
They,
point.
tell
That
you
was
what,
they
100%
know
the
it's
case.
going to happen.
one springs to mind straight away, and it makes me think, do you know what? I don't always think it is. I was watching that documentary of Finn when he got injured and Seth got injured.
Yeah.
And they both openly admit there was hatred there. They only
yeah.
really got along once they actually started rehab together, like from their injuries, and they found out they had quite a lot in common. They kind of got along because they were working together, but there was pure hatred between the pair of them. And Seth,
Rollins
Seth
was a
holds
knob
grudges.
to Finn.
Yeah, he said he holds grudges. Seth said that. I hold grudges to people. But once I really got to know him, because I didn't know him as Devlin.
As a person.
Yeah. I knew him as Finn. And he said once he got to know him, he was like, do you know what, this guy ain't too bad.
I'm going to point out, you mean Devitt.
Devitt.
Yeah, Fergal.
You say Devlin.
Yeah.
That's
That's
JD.
Bubblehead.
JD.
Yeah,
But it was only,
that's fake Finn.
he said
Wish
That's
Finn.
fake thing.
I think there's tension there, but I also think that Seth's got enough respect for Triple H to go, look, you want to do this, I'll do it.
The thing is with me that all of his reaction was him screaming at the other end of the ramp to Punk. Realistically, if there was that much hatred, he would have been kicking off at Corey Graves. He would have been kicking off at Adam Cole. He would have been kicking off at people around him. That he was doing it over their shoulder. And I mean, if it was real hatred there, he would have just stormed out of the fucking building. Let's be honest.
Would imagine the response if he stayed in the crowd and Punk come out and he just stood there just watching. There had to be some sort of reaction.
Yeah,
they built that hatred. There has to be a reaction.
I'm intrigued to find out now if Drew storming out is anything to do with Punk coming back. He's in the middle of contract negotiations. So if
I
it
think
is,
that's more of the case.
I think if it's
Contract negotiations is more the case in my guess, to be honest with
'cause
you.
he's in like the final innings for contract
well, I've heard-
negotiations.
it-
at the moment,
what do
isn't
we
he?
mean in that on that front? By the way, for those that are listening at home on the podcast,
So his contract's about to run out. His
It runs out in
contract's due to
April.
run out in April. Well, it's just
They
before
said-
April, isn't
They
it?
said it's a main. It builds runs out around Mania.
I thought it was just before Mania.
So yeah, I think it was just April. It's definitely in April. I don't know if it's Mania the
All right,
first
well,
week. Yeah,
Mania's like the 1st of April.
Yeah.
It's like right at the beginning, isn't it?
maybe it is actually the beginning of the month. Then that kind of thing.
Right. Okay. Either way,
Yeah.
it's very close to Mania, if not just before Mania. So at the moment he's in negotiation to extend his contract.
It's been going on a while now. They've said
It's been going on a while, and he's so far not signed anything that we know of. Like,
Yeah, this could be a work.
This all could be a work.
Personally,
they've started to get smart with the wrestling
I
media,
think-
and they're starting to feed us crap,
I think
so
this
that we
is
do
just...
talk about this, and it gives them some stories and gives them more publicity and makes the product better for us. So it's kind of win-win.
Yeah,
You know, even if we're wrong, we're right, and it makes it better for everyone anyway. So
yeah.
but yeah, the long story short about it is, at the moment, he's running towards the end of his contract. Personally, if he is actually running towards the end of his contract, I think he should do what Will Ospreay should have done and let his contract expire,
Yeah.
and then start negotiating when he can talk to other companies as well and
Get
go,
more
well,
money.
they're offering this, this, and what can we do?
The thing
you know,
is,
and just
I
weigh
am-
his options properly.
I
With
am
the
going to
wrestlers-
say,
Go on.
what I think it was. I just think it was storyline with Judgment Day and his hatred for everyone else in the roster at the minute. I think it's just
Also possible.
it's just a really agitated Drew McIntyre.
I think
to be honest, wouldn't be surprised if Drew's already re-signed.
they have to do
mean,
these things
didn't-
now.
I
With
wouldn't be surprised if it was quietly re-signed.
Wasn't there reports of him like being backstage? He just like slammed locker room doors and just left.
but do you know why they
Again,
do this?
he's-
This is why
Like, this is no
Is it
different
true?
to MJF. He's just staying in character.
because
people,
now
people feed fake news all
Yeah.
the time as well.
the
Let's be
thing
honest.
is they do this a lot because wrestling fans have got smarter. There's people backstage, they know things get leaked, and the whole thing with Seth, if it were, it's probably a work, and it's because they know that wrestling fans would be there with their mobile phones doing this. That clip would go viral in seconds.
And
And Drew slamming stuff and storming out. They'd be like, Drew stormed out and drove off, speeding away. There's fans in the car park that see him all pissed off.
Mhm.
That's going to be reported back instantly.
Mm.
It's just
I
clever
watched a-
story writing now.
I watched a clip earlier on that will give you a bit of an insight into how the backstage atmosphere is with some wrestlers and the way they work with shoots and shoots with work, and it's kind of a blurred line even with them.
They do it, yeah.
So back in like 2004, Kurt Angle was about to wrestle Hulk Hogan, and this is a story that Kurt Angle told on a podcast or something. I watched it yesterday. And he was in Vince's office, and Vince is like, right, you're going to go over Hogan. You're going to pin him for the title. You're winning. You're going over Hogan. Going over, by the way, means winning for those that don't follow wrestling, just in case.
If it were, to be fair, we are still live on Twitch, so anybody in the chat.
So Vince is talking to Angle about this, but there's three chairs in the room. So Vince is sat at his desk, Angle sat in one chair, and Vince says to Angle, he's like, right, we're going to get Hogan in here, and I'm going to tell him. But when I tell him, I want you to be in his face. I want you to, in his face, like eye to eye, in his face. Like he's not got a choice. You're telling him you're going over. Okay, so he comes in, sits down, Kurt gets in his face, like there, in his face. And it's like,
damn, you got bad breath.
Even Kurt said it was uncomfortable.
And Hogan goes, what the hell's this?
What's your problem, man? Back off.
Sort of, that's basically what he's saying. He goes, Kurt's like, I don't know.
he told me to do it.
And Vince goes, Kurt's going over clean tonight. And Hogan just goes, sticks his toe up at Vince. That's it. And Kurt's just kind of looks at him, gone out.
He's just gone. This is awkward. He was just going to say, yeah, he was just going to fine with it, whatever.
But that's the atmosphere they've got backstage. Sometimes he was in a position where they were ready to go nose to nose and fight because Vince had told him to, basically, and there was no logic to it at all. But I mean, Hogan's renowned for Hogan.
Yeah, and to be fair, I was listening to Kurt Angle's podcast that he did with the True Geordie the other day on YouTube, and Angle worships that man. He adores Vince.
Who, Hogan?
Vince. He loves Vince.
Yeah.
He said he was a fool because Vince came to him after he won the Olympics, and Vince offered him like a multi-million-pound contract a year.
He said no.
And he ended up taking a £75,000 a year contract because he said no, and then ended up going back to him. He goes, is that contract still on the table? Vince goes, no. But you can come down for a trial, and then we'll talk to you. And then they liked him, and then they offered him a £75,000 a year contract. By the end of his first year, though, he said he was making he'd already made $1.5 million in extra things that Vince was pleased with, in bonuses and wage rises and. Yeah,
Kurt was one of the
$75,000.
fastest rising wrestlers that ever stepped in the ring.
Kurt's point was he would have
picked
had
up the business like that. He was
walking
so
into
good.
about a £1 million a year contract from the start, and he turned it down because he wasn't sure what he wanted to do.
I'm quite glad he did in some respects with that, because he came in with a slightly different attitude and a different.
He had a point to prove.
I think Vince gave him a slightly different attitude towards him as well, to like book him and stuff. I think it worked better all round.
Yeah. Anyway, that's completely by the by, and we're kind of at the end of the podcast. So
what a pay-per-view!
It's time to say, what a great pay-per-view. Probably the best one we've had for a while. To be fair, there's been some good pay actually from WWE.
Best in the world.
There have been some good pay-per-views from AEW as well this year. Let's be honest. Like there's been a good pay-per-view from Impact.
There's been a good year for
pay-per-views from New Japan.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have.
Do you know what? We've got 2 pay-per-views left this year.
Yeah.
Because we've got Deadline not this weekend but next weekend,
and then AEW,
and then we've got AEW
December.
I do feel sorry for Impact, by the way. I do feel sorry for Impact. I've seen a thing where Impact have come out and said that
it's not Impact anymore.
No, it's still Impact.
It's not Impact. They've not switched to TNA yet.
They made CM Punk a really good offer, and then heard reports late yesterday afternoon what happened. Just pulled the offer. They were gutted because they really thought they might be getting CM Punk.
Yeah,
They need a big name. So.
They were going for those names. That's
But
good to know.
instead of TNA getting him, and we can safely say, well, first of all, please leave a like, share, subscribe on this podcast, and that hell has officially frozen over.
No, it's very cold in hell.
Best
It's not
in the world.
frozen. It's just a very cold day.
Well,
in hell.
yeah, that's what Tripp said. But yeah, he said he wouldn't go back unless hell freezes over. So he's back. Hell must be frozen over. I feel
Nearly
sorry.
10 years to the
I
day.
feel sorry for the devil.
I was about to say he's not the devil.
Oh, moving away.
Who's the devil, AEW? Who's the devil?
And we will catch you in the next one.
Yeah.
I
Peace.